Okay, super excited. Today is May 28th, 2025, and we started this superworm conversion from the larvae, which is the worm stage, into the pupae stage with our superworms on April 27, 2025. I purchased these from rainbowmealworms.com. I have several other videos, so I don't want to go into a long story about that. But from April 27 to May 27 is the length of time it took for everybody to turn into this stage right here. So I can gently get one out. So this is what they look like after they've been in the dark. No food, no water, no stimulation. Complete darkness. It took 30 days exactly. Some started changing in about 2 weeks. Some took until the 27th. So now we're at the stage where, so you can see that some of them, you can tell that some changed over into this pupae stage earlier than others. And how you can tell if they're ready to hatch is they're going to look like, if they're not ready, they're going to look like this. So pay attention to the legs and see how the legs and body is all a uniform color. Just like this one, just like this guy, just like this guy. You can start to see the eyeballs, so that's good. You can see their eyeballs. Here's the thing, when they're starting to be ready to come out, their legs are gonna get dark. So you see them moving. They move when they're in there. So notice the eyes are black. You can see he's starting to shed out. Look at how dark his legs are. They're getting dark brown. He's getting ready. He's going to come out soon. And the top of this looks kind of crispy, crunchy, dented. It's because he's going to shed it off. He's going to start with his head and push it all the way down. Okay, so what we have, we're very fortunate today. We have 3 beetles, darkling beetles that are ready. Oh, here's another one that's almost ready, just to show you really quick. So you can see with him, he has dark legs. You can see his black eyes. He's ready. He should be out in a couple days. So, and again, the difference would be a solid, uniform, creamy, light color. Okay, so we started with 20. Unfortunately, 2 of my worms died. They look like this. They just turned hard and black. Here's the other guy. They just didn't make it. It's a long process to get from the larvae, which is the superworms, the worm stage that we feed our insects or feed our reptiles. But you got, 3 weeks to 4 weeks before they start converting over. Let me give you a quick note about temperatures. So we'll just go ahead and video this cat while I'm talking. So temperatures, my house is between 72 in the evening or overnight and about 74 in the day. I work from home, so I try to raise it up a little bit, save money on electric. What I've learned is if you can get these guys at 80 to 85 degrees, consistently maintained in the dark, no food, no water, they literally stay in this container. And this is a jewelry container. There's other videos that I've made throughout the stages. We're not going to go over this, but there's holes drilled in each spot. I don't want to flip it over because I got guys here. I've already sexed them, so we're going to talk about that. So what's important is I felt like I was stalling out because everything I read says these guys turn in just a couple, week and a half. It could be 2 weeks. Well, I'm 2 weeks in and I only had about 2 that were in out of 20. So I thought that didn't make any sense. So I put them in my garage. I monitor the temperature. I'm in Florida. It's pretty warm, getting hot. So I had to be careful about that. I had to crack the garage just to make sure we were good. And so all of a sudden, the remaining 7, 8, 9 that just were stubborn and not converting over, within a 48-hour period, they all converted over. So I'm telling you, temperature makes a big difference. Now, they will still turn, because mine did, but only about a third, and we're 2 weeks in. going on 3 weeks, and only about a third. I probably had about 5 or 6 of them that had converted. One had already died. So that's just kind of where we were. I put them outside, and now look what happened. They all converted. So these are not going to come out at the same time. As you can see, like we talked about, this one's clear, or not clear, but solid. This one's not. You can see his legs different. You can see this one's legs different. These guys are going to come out at different times. So just be prepared. Have your setup ready. Let's talk about our setup really quick because they're being good and holding still. All right, so this is a $3, $4 container that I bought. Oh, don't read what I wrote, the $4.25. That was when I purchased mealworms. So let's just look at, if I could get that thing to, here we got 16 long by 11 wide by 5 and, was it 3/8 high? It's about the size of a shoebox. So this writing here was when I bought my first batch. So I was just telling me when I got my batch. That's got nothing to do with this. I'm just reusing this awesome container. So this whole setup's about $3. It comes with the lid, $3 or $4, whatever it is. I have a soldering iron. You can get it at Walmart. I've talked about it before in a different video. I don't want to go into it now. And you just make a hole. You can use any screen mesh, but I chose this because it was just perfectly rectangular, what I wanted. There's 2 sheets per package. You just take it out, you cut your hole, you lay it on top, use a hair dryer, and just hold it about 1 inch or 2 above, and you just hold it down. There is a glue adhesive on this that will adhere. To make sure nothing got out, sorry, I'm losing my voice. Damn it. What I did was I used a hot glue gun after this stuck to, so I could make sure it went all the way around the sides. Just make sure when you cut this out, just take a pencil and draw the outline of it, and then come in a 1/2 inch or so, because you need this extra space so you can glue your product to it. Nothing's going to come out. The superworms can't crawl out, and the beetles can't crawl out a smooth surface. They're not going to climb up, but I want to be able to close the lid and have it secure and plenty of airflow. So this is what it looks like from the inside. All right, so, sorry. To set this up, what we're going to do is we use fresh wheat bran. I only have, you can see here, it's about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch. I'm not going to put a ton in here. You don't need 3 inches of your substrate. Here's why. About every 4 to 6 weeks, you're going to take this and you're going to dump this into another container just like this that's empty. And you're going to be your nursery. Some people do a 2 or 3 tier drawer system. I think that's great if you want to be ambitious. I also think it's a waste of time. I think it's great if that's what you want to do and you want to get technical. Great. You don't need to. It's not ridiculous. It's not necessary. Let me just say it's not necessary. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a 1/2 inch. I'm going to hold this up. Hopefully I don't drop it. So you can see, look at the level. Look at the thickness of the substrate. We're looking at 1/2 to 3/4 inch. And the reason why we put in so many, couple reasons. One, I'm going to be supplementing them. You're going to be eating food and having water added. Additionally, they're not going to be in this forever. So there's going to be some frass collected. That's the poo. And that's okay. It's not going to be a ton. It's going to be fine. So every 4 to 6 weeks, I'll check it. I can sift it with my fingers. And I can look for any kind of movement. If there's going to be any movement in there, could look like the size of little pinworms. The little mealworms they're really small. Probably won't see the eggs. They're going to lay the eggs either in here, or they can just lay them in here. So I chose to use toilet paper rolls and paper towel rolls. I've just been saving them up. And you're going to want to change those out every so often. So I'm just saving them up, putting them in this container just for the heck of it. It's just like a miscellaneous box. So you want to put enough in here. Now, because of this is the size of a shoebox, what I don't want to do is put all 18 of them in here. Got to pay attention to your boy to girl ratio. And the way that you tell that, Oh God, I don't know how I'm going to do that and show pictures. I took pictures and video trying to check this out before. You're probably not going to see it. I'll go ahead and spoiler alert. Out of my 3, this is a boy. And the reason why this is a boy is because when you're looking at his face, you probably can't see, but if you look at his face down toward his mouth and between his eyes, he has this drawback, like a recessed area in the center. It's not flat across from left to right to the sides of his lips. You can see that or not. It's hard because I'm holding the phone with one hand. I'm trying to not drop him and get good lighting. Let me go by the window. So, let's see. Let's get him. Okay, here we go. Look in the center. You see how there's a big hump coming up in between, almost up to his eyes. This is a good view. Because it's not flat across from left to right, that means, hold still, bud. It means we got a boy. We got a boy on our hands. I'm very excited. First one I checked is a boy. You see that recessed area? It looks like a half circle in the middle of his face. Let's put him back before he falls. And let's grab a girl. The girls are a little more difficult to see only because they're already starting to darken. When they're first born, they're like that white creamy, or hatch. They're like that white creamy color. So let me see if I can get this girl to cooperate. And so this is a good view. Oh, perfect. No, turn around. Ugh. Cooperate. You're on TV. Or the internet. Let's give her a moment. Let's get her to hold her space. Try to hold still. She would hold still, I could focus. Okay, look at the left front of her mouth, left to right side. See how it's flat? Don't get on my finger. I don't want you touching me. Left to right. You can see, if it will focus, if she'll just hold still. God. So left to right is flat on her face. There is no, you see that? There's no indicating mark where it's like a half circle in the center of her face, in between the sides of her mouth. And so that means she is a female. Let's see if we can get the other one and try to get her to hold still. She's also starting to turn more as well. Let's see. Okay, notice how she doesn't have that big hump in her face going left to right in the center of her eyes across. So look at that. Look at that perfect straight flat line going left to right. That's a female. That's how you know. It would be a half circle in the center of her mouth going left to right. That's how you know it's a male. That's what we got here with our boy. So at this point, and I'm not sure about the ratios. You know, some people say 1 to 1. I don't believe that. I don't think it's a good idea. So the other, adversely, you could, oh God, where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Okay, freak out. So anyway, let's just focus on him for a moment as I keep talking. So I'm going to put in 2 different containers because I started with 20. 2 died as the larvae, worm stage. And then these guys were the ballers. They're the ones who made it. The strongest ones survived. And so now I got a 1 and 2. So 1 boy and my 2 girls came out over here. Real happy about that so far. I'm hoping to have more girls than boys, just so the boys don't aggravate them too much. I don't know how this is going to happen, so we'll have to find out. So back to this while they're chilling. So we're going to put those 3 in today, and I just took a couple pieces of toilet paper rolls and paper towel rolls and cut them. Leave some space here, you know, just along the sides. You want them to have some space to be able to move around. And then we'll talk about food in a second. I'm going to go ahead and put him in. Come on, baby. Welcome home. Go ahead. They are pretty weak. Listen, they're pretty weak. They haven't had anything to eat for a month. Things have been really different for them. They went through a major metamorphosis to change into a beetle. Imagine what the energy. Go on, baby. Come on, baby. You know what? Just stay on there then. That's okay. You want to feel comfortable staying on? We'll just put you on like that. All right. So I got a full ring here. I got a half here. I'll put in a couple halves and I'll put in a couple solids. I don't know what they're going to like, so I'll learn as I go. So we got our boy in, and we're going to say, welcome home. And then we got our one girl. Got our girl here. Damn it, why won't it focus? There we go. Look at that girl, healthy girl. And so we're just going to put this kind of intermittently, a little different. I don't know exactly what they're going to want, what's going to make them happy. So we're just going to have a little bit of a jumbled area and then some free space. And here's our other girl finally. Big girl. She's going to make some beauties. All right, and so we're just going to move this over. Hell, I don't know. All right, and so I'm just going to kind of lay that up against there. So you don't want it laying completely on the ground. If it's going to be completely laying flush, then it's going to eventually dig into the material, the substrate, and it's going to be flat inside there, and you're not going to be able to get in. They can't get up in there. So just kind of stack it in different ways. See how I've got it? Do what you want. I've seen some people take corrugated boxes and tape them together. If that's what you want to do, try that. See how it works. They are supposed to lay eggs inside there. My concern is using the glue or tape that they use. I don't like that. I don't want that on the bugs, because if they get attached to it, they're not coming off of it. You rip off legs and antennas and everything else, and well, we don't want that shit going on, or stuff going on. All right, so let's go back to what I have and take a look here. So in the top left corner, we got 1, bottom right 2, 3. We got 4, 5, 6. This guy right here, he's not long. He's a day or so. And you know, like I said, because he's turning. And that the dark brown little piece, that's the skin they shed to become to get it to the pupae stage. So I'm just going to close this for now. I don't have a lot of workspace. So Henry watching TV and like in front of the TV. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 left. So just take a look at this guy. He's not, get the damn thing to focus. It's not ready. This guy's coming out pretty soon. He's dark underneath. So is this one. These two right here. You can see with the dark legs. That's how you know you're getting there. So we're just going to close them up. Let's talk about food. They're going to eat just like the superworms do. The beetles are going to eat oat, shriveled up oats. This is a wheat bran. They're going to eat this. They're going to eat their substrate. So in about 4 to 6 weeks, depending on eggs, what it looks like, if I'm getting babies, we're just going to take this whole thing, gently remove those, set them to the side. We're going to dump this into a container just like it, put everything back in. You don't want to move this to make it to be your egg container. You don't want any residuals. If you want to see if you're getting residuals, if there's any babies left. If you start seeing babies left in here, you know, then you're going to have to remove those too. So again, it's just an experiment. It's a process. So food, what do you feed them? So theoretically, they get enough of their water. So let me talk about the beetle themselves. So the Darkling Beetle has a hard shell, exoskeleton, and so it is able to trap moisture inside. It doesn't lose moisture. It's awesome. So that means when it consumes liquid, hey baby, when it consumes liquid, it's going to stay inside the body, so it's less likely to dehydrate. That's important. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you what we have. A little buffet I made up. So I took some organic carrots. Always try to get organic everything. Now, let's say real quick, just because food says it's organic doesn't mean it's chemical free. It means that it has a low enough level of chemicals that it passes as quote unquote organic, even though there are still some chemicals on it. Not as much, but it's still there. So try to get organic. No, don't try. Get organic and scrub when you clean it, whether it's lettuce for the superworms to eat and get water. You can use mustard greens, turnip greens, parsnip. Some people use potatoes. I think they draw gnats and flies and mold. It's disgusting, so we don't do that here. This right here is a long, large carrot. I just took a knife and a sharp knife and just sliced it into pieces. It's very flimsy and soft. I want it to be easy for them to get a hold of. Yes, it will dry out a little faster. Get past it. It's fine. So I'm just going to go ahead and set this down. You want to create enough space where they can walk around this freely. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay, so this right here is chopped up cat food, and it is not that fancy crap. It's just the plain basic with, I think, brown and dark brown colors. You don't want that red dye crap in there and all those ridiculous flavors. Just simple, basic, plain cat food. There's a lot of vitamins, minerals, nutrients, protein, calcium that's in there. This right here, I believe it's 9 Lives, Friskies, 9 Lives. I don't know. I don't have cats. Don't like them. Don't know anything about them. But when you put it all in a Ziploc bag and you mash it with a mallet, this is what you get. So I feed this to my superworms. They go nuts. They love it. It's cheap to feed. So what I have right here is this product. Here, it's Bites for Roaches made by Nature Zone. I do not get paid for anything I'll show you, so I'm not happy about that. They're welcome to pay me. But delicious, nutritional food and gut load. So what's good for the roaches is good for the beetles. So I got a little bit of that there. This is a hodgepodge. I'm trying to see what are they going to like. They need to eat soon because they're very weak when they come out. And this right here, this is just water crystals. You can buy it at the, here, let's talk about this. You can buy these water crystals at the pet store. And it's usually orange and yellow tinted. It's got that red number 40, yellow 5, blue, whatever. Don't get that. It is trash. Causes cancer. Do you want your bugs to eat that? Well, hell, you don't care because the bugs are going to die soon anyway, or the worms. But you should care because what's going to eat your bugs and worms? Your reptiles. Don't do it. Don't feed them that garbage. Get clear. I bought this off. It's really expensive in the stores. I bought it from Amazon. Those fools put the label on top the package, so I can't show you what it's actually called, but it's just water crystals. You can look it up on Amazon. I don't want to show you my address on the label, so but if you look inside, it looks like salt or sugar, and then you just add a certain amount of water and you mix, and it will keep like this for weeks and weeks and weeks. So they have this liquid if they want it. They have carrot, with also has liquid, and they have 2 dry products that they can try. So I'm going to let them hang out in there. Another reason why I like this lid is because this lid is going to provide cover. Obviously this will provide light and offer air, but the main thing is this is going to provide cover, and bugs are typically insecure or feel afraid because they are what everything else eats. They're at the bottom of the food chain for the most part. So they like to hide. And for them to hide, you want them to feel safe and secure to roam around. So if you've got a solid top, they're going to feel more likely to be comfortable and, you know, start cutting around. Let's go ahead and just see if I can maybe put one on there and see what they would do. Let's get them all on there. Let's get these two big girls. Big girls. Where's my baby boy? There he is. There's my boy. Come on, baby boy. Just let them walk across the food so they can at least see there's food there. Y'all need to get back. Move your faces, especially you, Corey. Corey's a pain in the ass. Sorry, kids are watching. Don't mean to cuss. She makes me nuts. All right, so let's get this all back together. I don't even know how I did it. So you can see they're trying to go back to hiding. And so Big Boy says, hey, I'm hungry. And so she's looking for a place to hide. Old girl right here is going, but look at him. He said, listen, I worked hard. I did what you wanted me to. I turned into a bug. I'm a Darkling Beetle. Look at that. He's just going to town, hitting that carrot. That is exciting to see. That makes me feel like he's got a good chance he's going to live. Listen, the first couple days that they come out, excuse me, my voice is going. The first couple days they come out, they're going to be weak. They haven't eaten for 2, 3, 4 weeks, maybe 5. They need to eat. Be very gentle when you take them out. Also pay attention if you have too many. See his antennas? You have count their legs when you put them in, and pay attention to the number of legs each one of them has and their little antennas. Here's why: if you got too many boys in a container, what's going to happen is one's going to attack the other to kill because he wants all the chicks. You know how you men are. So don't let them attack and stress each other. 2 of them attacking each other is going to stress the whole colony. When you're stressed, how many eggs do you think you're going to lay? How much breeding do you think you're going to do? Not many and not much. So you want them to be calm and relax and enjoy their day. I put 18 in. I did not know, or excuse me, 20. 18 went to the pupae stage. 2 died in the larvae stage. People say you don't have to gut load them before you put them in. I say that's bull. They're going to go into a hibernative type state, a comatose type state. That's not accurate. But they're going to go into a very, we'll say dormant. That's a better word. Let's say dormant. They're going to go into a dormant state. They need all the food and reserves and supplies and strength they can. You think turning in from a worm to a beetle is easy? Try it. It's not. I haven't tried. I'll just take their word for it because a lot of these guys just don't make it. And if they do turn to beetles, they lose their strength. They took all their strength to come out of that thing, out of that exoskeleton skin that they shed, that they don't have what it takes to actually live long enough and be strong and get to this point. So these guys are top of the line. These are the best of the best. These are my strongest ones. And the fact that he's eating, trying to get himself ready, within a day or so. So today is the 28th. We started we started April 27. Today is May 28th. 3 of these guys came yesterday. So they came on May 26. So it was 30 days, approximate. The first 3 came. I still have 15 left. And as you saw, 4 or 5 are going to be coming out soon. I'm not going to have more than about 2 or 3 boys in each of these containers. I'd like to have 5 or 6 girls. It'd be great to have 2 setups where there's 2 or 3 boys and at least 5 or 6 girls. That would be, 5, 7, that would be about 14, 15 total if you split it in half. So I've got 18. So, you know, I don't get to pick the genders, but so far we're hitting pretty lucky because we got 1 boy and 2 girls. So let's try to keep 2 or 3 boys at the most and try to keep at least 2 or 3 girls. per boy. And we'll see how that goes. If we need to add another container and have less population in there, then we'll do that. This is a journey. It's not a sprint. We've come close to the finish line. The finish line is having eggs hatch, and you start your next generation. Now, there's a lot of, so people ask, how long are they going to live? So once they start to be beetles, once they become beetles, the Darkling Beetles, I read anywhere from 3 months to a year they can live, which is such a wide, dumb range. But I'm not 100% sure. I know most of what I read says females live longer. It's more taxing on their body to lay eggs and to be mated. So, thanks guys. Just kidding. Females are going to live less. So, you need to, if you want to keep a steady cycle of babies coming up to feed to your reptiles, or if you're trying to be a grocery store for reptiles and sell to their owners, that's great too. Just, in the beginning you're going to have to just take it easy and let it mature as it's going to. Take notes, keep a journal. I have a journal, I don't have it out, but I keep a journal that tells me when each one of them went into the pupae stage, and I have notes in there along the way. So when I get off the phone here with this video, I'm going to tell myself in my notes that I've got 2 healthy females and a healthy male, and the male's eating immediately and the girls are hiding. So that's pretty typical with about anything. Chicks hide and boys are, trying to eat. So that's the quickest way to their stomach. Steak through the heart. Through their mouth with food. So he's sitting here getting up his water. I tell you, he was a little lethargic. His legs were pretty turned in. They were folded in up underneath of him this morning. I noticed he came out late last night, maybe 10, 11 p.m. Today, right now it's 10 o'clock in the morning. So his legs were turned underneath of him, and I was worried about him this morning. I was afraid with his legs bending and turning under him. He's weak and he's not looking good. I didn't know he was going to make it. My girls had their legs sprawled out left and right like they were trying to crawl out of there. They just seemed to have more energy. He just didn't. So I think that stands to explain maybe a little bit why I got a girl, right here. She's under there. And I got another girl in here somewhere. I put them on the food so they could see, but they're gone. He's the only one. So I think he came out weaker. He needs more. Boys usually need more. That's okay. That's what we're here for. Take care of them, right? This is your job. You signed up for this. So let him sit on that. Let him get what he wants from them carrots. I've got an eyedropper pipette. I can put a couple of drops of water. I don't recommend using tap water. Tap water is disgusting. I don't care where you live. I don't care how great your filter is, your refrigerator. Don't care. Use bottled water. See if you can get distilled water, reverse osmosis water, something like that. You can get a jug for $1 or $2. That'll last them probably, a year. So if you can go buy a $5 energy drink and pound one of those nasty things every day, then certainly you can go spend $2 for a jug of water that will last them a year or more. And keep it out of the sun. Keep it in the dark. Keep it in your pantry or in a cabinet. You don't want anything to happen to the water. So just put a couple drops on there to keep it fresh, keep it going. He doesn't know about this chrysalis stuff right here that he can enjoy. He's getting the nutrients from the carrot and the water, the moisture from the carrot also. So he has a little buffet. He can try some different things. I've been talking way too long. I'm sure we're both tired of hearing me talk. I've got to get back to work because I'm supposed to be working. Oh, God. But I really wanted to make this video. It was super important to me. Just a sense of accomplishment, I guess, and I'm just super happy that I was able to create this. So in 4 to 6 weeks, so in about 2 weeks, like I said, they're going to start mating. If they're healthy and happy with their conditions, and I hope they will, they're going to start mating. And after that, won't be long, they'll start laying eggs. I hope they're going to lay eggs in here. Obviously, a lot of eggs are going to be inside the substrate, the wheat bran. And so once I start seeing little wormies crawling in there, I'll just remove the adults and the food, and we'll take a look at these containers. If there's a lot of eggs on them, I'll just put those inside with the new bin we're going to put them in, which will be identical to this. We'll put our guys back in there. We'll put a fresh 1/2 inch of wheat bran, and we'll start again. I have some mealworm, or excuse me, not mealworms. I don't have mealworms. I have superworms. I got 500 in each in 2 of these containers. I got a container of 500 and another container of 500, and I've got that sucker filled up. So this is 5 3/8 inch, or 5.5 inches. I got it up to here with like 3 inches of that, and I put in fresh lettuce or banana peels or carrots, various things, Missouri bug gut loaded. God, it stinks. Super expensive. They go nuts over it. I showed that in another video. And also the crushed cat food, and then some of this. I also have the cricket calcium, not the calcium powder you put on the crickets, which I have that too, but I have the calcium flakes that look similar to that, and that is the calcium that the crickets eat to get them gut loaded. Well, superworms love it too. So the superworms are eating at least 2 or 3 products that are made for feeders, and they're also eating human food, and I do try to put some of that on a little flat container like this. Sometimes they get in it, sometimes they don't. It makes more of a mess than anything. I've learned they love the banana peels and the lettuce more than anything. They eat the inside of the banana peels, but the banana peels don't disappear, but the lettuce will. You put a large piece of green leaf lettuce, you come back the next morning, it is completely gone. They devoured the whole thing. That's it. Oh, I shouldn't say that. That's in the day. If I do it in the morning, by the time evening comes, it's gone. They go to bed at night. They're not, I haven't noticed them to be nocturnal. Look at him in there. Sorry, my dog's dreaming. It's making weird sounds. Sorry. So anyway, go ahead, sign off. Again, if you have any questions or comments, I don't think I can help you. It's not because I'm rude or a bad person. It's just that I don't know what else to tell you. I'm telling you everything I know. So this is as good as it's going to get. I really hope that this has been helpful to you, and this can help get you on your journey, or just help you continue with the next phase of your journey to making your own feeders. I have red ackies. I sure hope I don't keep adding to the reptile population here. My God. You know how that goes. Get 1, get 12. So I do have videos I'm working on with the hog moth, the tobacco worms, silkworms. Not silkworms, tobacco worms. Oh God, what a nightmare. I've decided I'm not going to go forward with that project. It'll be a follow-up video. But anyway, I got enough problems. And I have discoid roaches that I'm struggling with to get to eat and grow. So that's a whole other set of problems. But I can tell you what, superworms are super easy compared to my discoids and my tobacco worms, tomato worms, whatever you want to call them. I think they're called hawk moths. So anyway, signing off. I wish you the best. I hope it goes well. You can post comments if you want. I probably won't read them. I don't have a lot of time. I make these videos for myself because I have memory issues. Sadly, it's getting worse with the medical problems that I have. And this is for me to try to find a way to not let it be so sad or bad that that's happening. So I don't know how bad it's going to get. So I make these videos for myself to remind me later what I need to do. If this helps another person, then that's an added bonus. But I'm definitely just trying to get by. So be kind. If you want to say something nasty, go look in the mirror and say it to that person you see. You don't want to say something nasty to people you don't know. That's not your business what people are going through. So with that, I'll say have a fantastic fantastic day. And me and the Beatles are signing off. Thank you.